When you said caught in your plan, you touched on something very sensitive. Apparently, that phrase, it brought to the surface for her. It brought to the surface on her face for a brief moment some deep pain, perhaps some old wounds. So you're saying that hurt her? Not that it hurt her feelings, but it seemed to remind her of some deep-seated pain from deep down inside. And it appears that let's see, a 20 insight? Okay. Apparently the idea of being one of Astrid's lackeys doesn't sit well with her at all. In fact, she, for just a brief moment, yeah, I'll give it to you. For just a brief second, you think you saw a desire for that to not be the case.
My group has a lot of power, especially in the court of law. We can, if there's any situation you're in, we can certainly get you out of it.
Give me a persuasion, please.
Please don't fumble. Don't make me regret not buffing. Yes!
That's a pretty good roll. She sits there for a moment. Darling, I'm an assassin. I kill people for a living. There's no hope for me. There's no going back. I don't think there's anything you can do. Despite her words, you can tell that there's not a lot of heart into them. In fact, she's kind of on the verge of tears, it seems. Bygone, do you want to be flipped?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, how could you possibly offer something better? I mean, who do you know?
he sighs and he puts his hoof to his chin, thinking, should I do this? And then he shrugs. Corvine!
Yes? He hears from right next to him.
Ah.
Yes.
Oh.
I thought you were doing pretty well there, actually.
Yeah. Well-
Invisibility. Sometimes.
You take the stage, he says, as he conveniently, as he sneakily slaps her with Eagle Splendor.
He slaps the nothingness.
He's got an advantage. She'll be fine.
So, can the person who has invisibility on them turn it off, or...?
Just
I
need
just
to poke the air.
Take an action, so
Okay, so...
I mean, I suspect Bygone would be willing to dispel it.
he doesn't even have to do that.
Nah,
himself.
I know how to dispel it. So, Corvine...
Attack the darkness.
Yes, Corvine sticks her rapier in the ground.
Attack the
As you do-
dungeon.
As you do so and become visible, she puts her chains at the ready, adopting a battle stance, but doesn't attack.
It's okay. I'm not here to hurt you. I might have overheard some of the conversation.
And who are you?
Corvine. Corvine Winterblood.
She looks over at Dandy. He said a lot of things.
And this is the girl that can back him up.
Who do you know? How could you possibly?
We know many of the major houses, actually. We have good standing with them.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Do it with advantage. Because Dandy is such a bro.
I mean, Corvine making a persuasion check is redunculous, anyways.
25.
All right.
Under a 20, that won't do.
She lowers her guard for a minute. And then completely, she starts thinking heavily.
It's a good thing the invisibility lasts up to an hour.
And then she starts crying. Astrid has done horrible things. She's experimented on me. I don't have a family because of her, and I serve her because she took me from my parents when I was young, and all I've ever known is killing people. Yes, I hate her. I hate her so much.
It's okay. Do you have a name?
No.
A code name is fine too.
She shakes her head.
The GM
Astrid-
never thought of giving me one.
Astrid never gave me a name.
Corvine smiles back. Well then, when this is over, maybe we should pick one.
She lets out a heavy. She looks down at the ground for a minute. Are you really? She looks up. Are you really here to kill Astrid?
Yes.
And then with a look of determination, she takes the whip off from around her and throws it at the ground in front of Dandy. To take her head off with this.
What?
Take her head off with my whip.
He does he whips her. He gets away from people and does a little whip around. He does whips the chain around his neck. But you mean like that? I don't know. Like, are you asking me to kill myself? Because I'm not gonna do.
No, kill Astrid with my whip.
Oh. Oh, I can do that. He does some like 9-section whip stuff.
The whip is
Does little tricks.
The whip is extraordinarily well balanced. It's extraordinarily well made, and it's been made with extraordinarily well crafted materials. In fact, this whip is a very impressive specimen, and upon looking at the small blade, you notice that they are serrated in some very nasty ways.
So,
Sounds vicious.
Corvine looks a little apprehensive. I don't take killing lightly, but Astrid's done a lot.
She
Maybe I
deserves
should-
no. She deserves nothing better. In fact, if you can make her scream a bit, that would help.
I promise that she will pay for her crimes.
She nods. Up ahead, I don't really know exactly what all Ashford has put into here. She kind of put us in our rooms and, well, she put me here, didn't tell me a lot, but I know a couple of things. One, she knew you were coming. She just didn't
Right.
know. She just didn't know exactly when. Two. Sorry, go ahead.
I expected that much.
She nods. Two. I don't know how they did it, but they filled all these gaps with this strange stuff. It's tough, but you can get rid of it. You just have to sort of break it apart. This weird greenish, whitish stuff.
We've run into some of it. I was afraid of breaking it in case it was some sort of support for the building.
She shakes her head. No, I'm pretty sure it's there specifically to stop you guys. And she points over here. I know that is important, but she didn't tell me why.
We believe it's a key of some sort.
She nods. Unfortunately, I can't really tell you anymore.
That's okay.
I'm going to leave. I think I'll hang out by the entrance.
The mercenaries are still there.
She nods. And with that, she
So are the sheep.
freezes and she looks like you didn't kill them.
She she looks a little embarrassed. No, I don't like to kill people.
I don't.
Sunny lowers her bow, sneaks over, and then whispers, "You get used to it."
Out of reflex, she attacks the darkness.
With what?
She's got.
About 1 inch off.
Well, she swings. As it swings, you see several ice shards erupt from her skin, to make razor sharp blades. As they swing in general, its sized invisible direction.
Sai is not invisible.
Sai is not
he's
invisible.
stealthing.
No,
Yeah,
she revealed
just
herself.
everyone's stealth.
Oh, gotcha. Then in that case,
But she revealed herself from her 31 stealth.
so nothing personal.
1 over. Wow.
All right.
Good thing Damon's right there.
Let me roll some damage for you real quick. My dice. Dice. Dice.
Your dice.
Why did I not make sure my dice were within reach before I started? Oh, that's right. I put them away.
Oh, you got so lucky.
I didn't want to scatter them all over the 9 winds when I was moving things around. Over here. Alright. So, that. Okay, there we go. All right. You take 8 piercing damage, and that's a pretty low roll. Yeah.
Where did Saya go?
And 7 cold damage.
Saya is still there.
I don't see her.
Right there.
No, I
Saya
don't see her.
did-
I didn't do anything. So
Could
she's
you
a-
move her back and forth? Thank you.
Okay. So yes,
And what was the second damage?
7 cold damage. She lashes out at you and then sort of like, "Oh, sorry, you. No offense, darling. You shouldn't sneak up an assassin like that."
Now Saya is glaring at her, saying, "Go. Because it gets worse."
It's too bad we don't have reactions that lower incoming damage.
Her expression,
Saya didn't expect that.
her expression changes and she becomes much more severe. She looks at Sae. Is that a threat?
All right,
Don't.
all right, girls. All right, girls. No, no. Get back to business. Back to business.
To defeat the predators.
She glares at Sae.
God.
Thank you.
Very well. I'll be the adult here, and I will leave. Oopsie. So
She starts giving Saya a healing potion.
I healed her full.
Oh.
Or like, well, actually not full, but like, I healed 11 out of 15 damage.
Okay.
I'll give her one more.
I mean, doesn't Dandy also have a reaction that would, or is that only when you're raging?
Yes, when I'm raging.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, Corvine's digging into her bags for a potion.
I'm fine with that. I'm gonna save that last one. I think I have 6. I think I have 6 charges left, and I don't want to risk this thing disappear.
It's
So I'm
really
gonna
obvious. Also, it's really obvious right now that Sai was really close to reaching for the sword on her back. Really, really close.
Oh, thank you, Dandy.
Don't mention at any time.
Invisible Bogwong says that was
He
impressive.
yoinks this. He yoinks.
Alright, I'll go ahead and move it into the inventory.
Well, invisible Bygone, I learned from the best. He says, looking at the bird.
The bird.
It is also a deer.
Also, what do my snake eyes see?
I'm getting to it.
Also, is this an opening?
Where?
The rubble.
No, the ceiling is completely collapsed.
Okay.
So for the record, we had a 50-50 chance of Sai attacking back.
Sorry, Sai.
Out of fairness, she did spook an assassin.
Woo!
Got the spooks.
Yes, a huntress spooked an assassin, and that kinda made things bad. But,
Invisible Sihon checks the water.
I have to get used to this.
Another hug.
Another hug.
There is nothing in this water, and it is shallow. Oh, Sae.
Huh?
As you walked up this way and you passed that chamber earlier that Dandy was whipping the floor of, There was a plaque above the door that said "The Worthy."
I don't know about that.
But
The worthy forter.
and wait, what was this again?
The
Oh,
ghost
this.
is-
All right, yeah. You guys, I haven't described it yet.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
All right. As you step into this room, there's a above the door said "The Gauntlet." Upon the walls here are etched several brutal-looking rituals and exercises, for lack of a better word, as well as instructions on how to eat meat.
Whoa.
Put him. I stretch it. I put it in my mouth. 10 out of 10.
But yeah, by our standards, it's not the most, shall we say, sophisticated method of preparing meat.
I just realized something. Is this open?
Oh, we just asked about that. That's a collapsed ceiling.
Oh.
Yeah, the ceiling's completely collapsed.
He looks at Danny looks at this pool of water and says, "I guess I'm gonna have to jump."
Baiguang's disembodied voice says, apparently that pool is empty.
I guess I'm gonna have to jump.
Other than that, nothing's stopping you.
Oh, see, I just want to know what this box is here.
Which one?
Oh, the thing inside of the room that we passed by.
That is actually another alt.
Did it have stuff on it, or was it empty?
It is bare.
Okay.
Heck that.
That water never saw you coming, and it certainly never felt you touch it.
No. Get behind the scout, not ahead of the scout. The scout doesn't even know what it sees yet.
Actually, come to think of it, why did I give the horseshoe back to Baiguang when he could just fly over water?
Also, he has a swim speed now.
Corvette flies over.
And as you enter this room,
This is a predicament. We have
The
two
ceiling-
party members here that can't.
The ceiling is partially collapsed, but not fully so, allowing you to
Do you
travel
mind if
through.
I
It's just not.
have that horseshoe?
You don't know he's here, but
Oh wait, that's right. He is the invisible.
He sure is.
So
if,
no, instead she just says it back here.
if you were to muse aloud, he would offer it.
She's instead
He
going
drops it on the
to, since she doesn't know where Baiguang is, stab the water.
There's no reaction.
Oh, also, Baiguang did report that there was nothing in the water already.
We're ahead of the scout.
No, stop. Disallowed.
You know what happened last time we did this?
Yeah, he talked to an assassin and got her to give up.
We spent an entire session doing one encounter.
Oh, there's that too.
And then
Well,
again,
that was the party was split a little bit. Also, what is
it's true. That is actually a chair.
I knew it.
Is it comfortable?
I mean, it's an ungulate chair. And sorry, as you approach.
Are you suggesting something about ungulate chairs? Yeah.
Oh, right. So that room with the water in it, had the word reprieve above it. This room, as you enter, has the word judgment above it.
anything bad happen to Baiguang when he sits in the chair?
Nope.
Good.
He gets electrocuted.
Ah,
This room as well is completely barren of any sort of detail. There's no murals, there's no writing, nothing. The only word above it was the word judgment.
Sai actually looks visibly uneasy.
And as you enter in something, and as you enter the room, something catches your eye over here. Sae.
She goes digging for it.
That's an investigation check.
It caught my eye. I should know where it is. But I will roll it anyway.
You can see a glint of something and then not immediately find it.
Okay. This I remembered was on Gem Layer. Okay. You find a small stone. Actually, hold on. Gotta make sure I do this description correctly.
Makes me feel like a hero.
Here we are. Okay. Okay. It is a vibrant purple prism.
Ooh.
Very carefully crafted.
Unfortunately, they are not named as such, so I don't know which one that is. Out of character. Or in character.
Time to look
I
at
have a feeling
3.5.
I know which magic item it is, but I don't know which one exactly it is. But
Oh yeah,
It's an
I know
ion.
what kind it is. Just
in
not
character,
which
I
one.
don't know it's a magic item.
Does it float around my head?
Yeah, that's the question. Does it float around my head?
Well, right now it's not doing any floating. It's just kind of sitting there.
She picks it up.
You said it's a vibrant purple prism?
Yes.
That's a good one. I won't say what it is, though.
She picks up the vibrant purple prism.
That's a fun word. That's a fun phrase to say.
It puts a violet force wall around you. You're trapped forever.
Oh no.
But beyond that, there doesn't appear to be anything else of particular interest in this pile of rubble.
But she rolled an arcana to check the thing.
Ah, okay.
It's a 26.
Yes, 26. It is an Iron Stone of Reserve.
Which one is reserve again?
It stores up to 3 spell levels
Mm-hmm.
that you can cast at a later point.
Oh. That actually would be extremely useful for me. Oh.
And I think... Let's see.
Well, if we had more than one day, then yes.
And other people can cast a spell into it, and then you could cast that spell on your turn.
So Bagwong would be useful for that. Because he gets his spells back so quickly.
Yes. Well,
Oh.
unfortunately, his good spells are 4th level right now, so he can't actually do anything except 1st level spells into it.
As a side note, you guys can't see the nameplate, right?
No,
Correct.
Nah.
Okay.
I can't see any nameplates right now. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So, actually, speaking of which, now that we have some downtime at a wall that we're taking time to break into, Corvine's gonna show Bagwon the other magic stuff.
Are you guys going to take a, so are you electing to take a short rest?
I mean, we could.
Do we have to?
We don't
I can
really
see the item.
have
I can
to.
see the name of the item.
I wouldn't mind getting my spell slot back. Also, it would let people attune to items.
I don't need that.
But I don't know what this is.
Because the Luck Stone and the Ion Stone require attunement.
What if it's a stone of heroic death?
Well, yeah, the stone technically hasn't been identified yet.
I know.
I'm actually going to look at my chain.
Actually, I did. Didn't somebody learn Identify? As a
It was
ritual?
you.
It was Corvine.
It was not me. I only know Detect Magic.
Why is Corvine
I
taking this to other people?
I considered it, but then
Because
Alright, so
Corvine's
question.
like, I'll do it.
Do you guys want to take a short rest to identify and attune items?
sure, I'll take 10 minutes to cast Identify.
Alright.
Isn't that per item?
Yes,
is
but you
anybody-
already identified your item, so.
No, he's technically I didn't identify the Stone of Reserve.
But it's fine.
Bagwong appears in his chair.
Didn't you guys have a pearl?
So are there any, I know Dandy said
That's
he
worth
didn't-
100 gold.
I know Dandy said he didn't feel the need to take a short rest. Does anybody else object to it?
I mean, I want my spell slot back. So, Short rest would be
My-
good for me.
My classes are long rest based.
All right, so midnight, short rest, yes or no?
Yes.
Dandy, short rest, yes or no?
Yeah.
I feel like we could take 20 minutes rather than short resting, but that's fine.
All right,
Either way.
Well, there's.
But I want my spell slot back.
all right. So let's. All right,
Sure.
so it sounds to me like you guys are going to take a short rest. All right, so you
Man,
have
as
found.
long as it doesn't lead to, oh hey, the villain already escaped because he took 3 hours to get to them.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're a
so
day
it's-
early as well, so.
So it's an Ironstone Reserve. It is a horseshoe of water walking. It is a vicious whip,
Well, I already have that.
and
Now, how many levels of stored spells did you say?
3.
Yeah, but it's not your vicious whip. You can give it back.
I already owned one of those.
Yeah, but it's not yours.
Now, clearly, I need to take a 2-weapon fighter next level,
No.
or like dual wielder, so I can dual wield vicious whips.
Dual whips.
Are you really gonna steal the weapon from the assassin? Because that doesn't sound like a good idea.
I mean, she kind of
He
gave
gave
it
it
to
to
him.
me.
She gave it to you to kill the person in this building and said she would wait at the entrance.
No,
I
it's
mean-
his. It's his. That was just flavor for her giving her weapon and her lifestyle up.
So it
That's what
says
that
right
was.
here, when found, it contains 1d4 minus 1 level of stored spells chosen by the DM.
It's empty at the moment.
I actually thought from how she asked me to take off her head with it, I thought it was Vorpal.
No, that was all symbolism, basically saying I'm done with this lifestyle, and please kill Astrid with my weapon.
I mean, you could give Dandy a verbal whip.
You
Uh,
could.
That said, it is a stone of good luck.
Yay, luck stones.
So what does this do?
You gain a +1 bonus. It requires attunement, but you get a +1
It's
bonus.
saving. I believe it's saving throws and skill and ability checks.
Correct.
Oh.
+1
So-
bonus checks and saving throws.
That's all skills too, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that's skills and initiative too.
I think it's just skills.
No, ability checks. It says ability checks, which
Initiative
are
does count. It's
Yeah.
it's an ability check.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think
I've been neglecting that on all my characters that have one then.
that's why all the skills say dexterity, acrobatics,
Well,
because
I
they're
know
all
that. I just didn't know that the luck stone was ability checks.
So how do I actually do this then?
Because I knew
on the character
jack of all
sheets?
trades applied.
Um,
But how do you do what?
increase all
this
your ability
bonus.
checks. Increase all your ability checks by +1.
But
No, I'm
then
saying
everything else.
In the settings on your character sheet,
Should be a thing for it.
Ah, yes, I think I see something that would
you
do
can
that.
you can add +1s to everything. I don't know if there's like a checkbox for a luck stone. There probably ought to be, but I only
Yeah, I
see
found it.
I only see jack of all trades and expertise, so you might just have to manually +1 everything.
Yeah, that's okay. I can do that. But yes, I am attuning to this.
But yeah, luck stone is for good.
Does that?
Definitely.
Oh wait, no,
A lot
that
of
does not
things.
include the death save because that's not ability based.
Okay.
I could absolutely use your spells with this thing.
We could also use it to give like one of the non-spellcaster spells.
Mhm. This is true. Amber learns mirror image.
I might have been digging through your loot lists.
you.
For anyone who's in Act 3 who might be listening, I take loot lists seriously.
You sure do. You sure give me.
Take
You
notes
sure
and
give
don't
me the
do what
same
I did.
item I already I already bought one of these. Oh no.
I
Christmas
somewhat
is
ironically
ruined.
add. Let's see. Oh no. Never mind.
I. The best part is that I think I actually put a Vorpal Whip on my list as a joke.
Oh. And I actually have the Ring of Water Walking on my list, but it became less necessary after I acquired a swim speed.
But it's there.
But it's there,
That's a
and someone else is welcome to it.
All right.
I'll
So
okay. I,
I
think
think it
we
might
could probably
be-
delete the stone at this point.
I think the horseshoe would be good with either Sai or Amber. Oh wait, no, Dandy actually.
Yeah.
Give Dandy
It'd
the water
be best
walking.
with Dandy.
Yeah. Hey,
Bagwong
Sae.
offered. Oh no. Bagwong
Hey,
offered the
Sae.
horseshoe to
But-
Dandy.
and then Clint, and then apparently, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
I thought y'all had a pocket no for a second there.
Nope. Nothing
He
to see
hands
here.
over the whip to Sae, saying, "I think you could probably use this better."
Wait, bye.
I mean, you could. I see no way you can use a rapier. You could probably just use that animal.
Wait, why me?
Well.
Just that?
Hmm.
I...
Then again, she would be proficient with it.
It's a finesse
Wait.
weapon.
She's pretty much proficient with all weapons, so.
I was wondering if she was for a second.
Well, she is proficient with everything, so. Is it the character I have that's proficient with everything?
That might be like, that might be Arya. She
Okay,
probably
no.
wouldn't- Oh, okay.
I did not start with the monk, technically. I technically started with a level of rogue and then went a level of monk.
Oh, okay. Well, they just get simple weapons and short swords, don't they?
Simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers,
No
short
pots.
swords.
Well, as relevant as this conversation is, shall we move things along?
I suppose.
I don't know who to give it to then, because I don't need this. Bless your soul, OC. You tried.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. Don't.
Bagwong would take it, but the extra range doesn't help him out since he usually just it doesn't work with or it doesn't synergize with Green Flame Blade.
Yeah, sorry. It's just like I probably should have taken that off the list. I just didn't think. I
Well,
didn't think that would be something that.
I never made a point of having people enforcing that you to keep your loot list updated.
Yeah. Well, listen to next time, okay?
That said,
Or at least.
Let's see, where
Just use the weapon anyway. It's a really good RP thing.
Fine.
Using both at once.
If you don't want it, you can just give it back to her at the end of this.
right. So
let's see, are there any paths we haven't taken yet? That other than the blocked off areas? I don't recall that there were.
Right, I do need to store spells in this, I believe. So actually, you know what? Before the rest, Baiguang, did you have any spells left over?
He had one 4th level spell slot that would have
Dang
refreshed.
it!
Yeah,
Fourth level of all things.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying when we found the stone. Was it doesn't help Baiguan nearly as much.
Also, I would say that you didn't.
That's right, because Baiguan can only exclusively make 4th level spell slots.
Yeah.
Or 1st level spell slots, but those don't refresh on a short rest. Because those are from Paladin.
Was there anything else?
I could give Sai a green flame blade.
It's first, isn't it? Yeah, it's 1st through 3rd level. No cantrips.
I wasn't sure if a cantrip would count as like 1 spell level.
Nope.
I know for certain things,
0.
for like meta magic, it counts as a 1st
Anyway.
level spell slot. But anyway,
Yes.
So
Anyway.
Dandy been able to bash down the wall yet?
Have you been working at it?
Yeah.
All right. Then yes, you have successfully removed it. It takes a little bit of effort, but you do get through it. And on the other side,
I was going to say if it's a time-consuming thing, Baiguang has his jug of alchemy to help, like if water dissolves it faster.
it does. Water does help.
Okay, yeah. So while Dandy was hammering away at it or whatever his method was, Baiguang got out his alchemy jug and poured some water over it to help soften it up for him.
Here's
Alright.
what I'm gonna do then.
After you get through it, it opens up to a larger chamber. In it, you see, well, pretty much what you see here, including a large pillar with a couple of chairs and a somewhat recently dead reindeer lying there on the ground. And
Do I recognize this reindeer as someone important? Or
no, you don't know this poor individual.
oh,
Vesper, come here quick.
Cone of Resurrection.
okay.
And the room actually has a title as well. Education, the name of it.
Oh no! Don't send me back to school.
It's edutainment.
Yes. And
This is where they binge cells at work.
and I will tell you more information as you enter the room.
So I put those in there before they went in.
So is that a statue or an actual crocodile?
I'll get a little closer and I'll tell you.
Is it lifelike or is it stone?
Is it green or gray?
It is a stone statue. And as you approach it, Dandy, you see
It's also coming to life.
and as you approach it, you see in inscription, you see it's a smaller version of the beast that you saw, but with a lot more detail. This thing actually was very painstakingly carved, and it's also very, very old. But whereas the things you fought were sort of, they had a vague shape about them. This one you can see veins and scales and extraordinarily detailed. And there's a small plaque with a word written on it, of course, in a language that you can't read.
Because I learned by looking through my inventory, I learned I do have matches. So I'm going to solve the Zelda puzzle by lighting this.
The secret door opens up. Oh, wait, that's not the jingle at all.
You have tinder twigs? Those are
So,
no.
what does it actually read?
You're not entirely sure how to say this word.
I'm sorry, what now?
This is a word that is foreign to your vernacular, but here it is.
Car?
Crocodile.
I was close enough.
So, knowing how to say it is kind of a mystery, but that's what it says.
I can't see it.
what is blood hunt an ideographic language?
Yeah, I don't know what this translates to. And
Seriously, this torch is
Since she
bothering
doesn't
me.
know the word in the common tongue, she wouldn't know what it would translate to. So she's just looks really confused.
Thank you.
In addition to this, written on the walls
Oh, no.
around are the descriptions of the various masters, with their names, and the descriptions on them match word for word the descriptions as found in the Book of Happy. So this room is apparently very much designed for education.
And Corvine starts checking the body.
Yeah, I was about to do the same thing. How fresh are the bodies?
This body is relatively fresh. Exactly how old it is unknown, but no more than a couple of days at most. But what's most curious about it is the throat has been slit, but it appears something has been eating it. There are teeth marks all over it.
Do they look the size of
Corvine
whatever's
starts
above
looting.
it?
Come again?
Do they look the
I
size
said
of
Corvine starts looting.
Sorry.
do they
Midnight.
look
What you? Midnight.
do they look the size of whatever's above it?
No.
Bigger or smaller?
Roughly the size of your mouth.
That's disturbing.
If you want to make a nature check, I can tell you more information.
Corvine's been sleeping, dude.
But do you want to know that information is a better question.
No, apparently not.
The implications are a little too horrifying. Best leave that alone.
Corvine will make a check. What was it again?
Nature, but if you want to offer an alternative option, I'll listen to your argument.
Nature sounds reasonable.
Alright, go ahead.
Do I get advantage because it's predator related?
That's a fun question. Yes. This is
Yes.
this is definitely a predatory.
6.
Something did this, but what? Who knows?
It was a Parrington.
Clearly.
how fun have you been snacking behind my back?
I'm sleepy, okay?
I went to the fridge and it was empty. I mean, come on.
She had the munchies.
But yeah, that's what's in this room.
Just sometimes I wake up with another person in my mouth.
Oh god. Well, that's a sentence I wasn't expecting to hear at any point in my life.
I don't know how to feel about this.
So yes, that is the contents of this room.
Can Amber make a medicine check as an amateur coroner?
Sure. Oh, that's a question. Yes. Go right ahead. Apparently the dice have decreed you guys don't get to know this.
Well, I guess
I
we're
mean-
moving.
I mean, she's just an
It's
amateur.
obvious that Astrid probably is the one eating these people, but Corvine loots the body if there's anything on it.
No, it
And
appears.
by loot, I mean looks if there's anything to identify them.
No, this poor sap appears to have any form of identification removed. Granted, wallets aren't exactly common practice in this day and age, but you get the point.
Well, crests are.
Nah, this whoever this poor chap was, there's nothing to identify it.
They took his wallet, so we don't know what his name was.
I mean, they're thieves. Of course, they took his wallet.
Saihong hides.
Oh, no.
Is that a-
Stars, it's her.
Is that a 14 total then?
14, yes.
Okay.
Saihong lacks proficiency. Oh, also, let me get off of
Gotcha.
that. Can you move Saihong to the front? Because I need her on top of the unseen servant.
Okay. To front. All right, there you go.
Much obliged.
Yes, and as
Oh,
you
Saihong
Right
drops to the ground.
as you look into this room, is a large, very large room, and rather than a pillar in the center, this is a large.
Frazier.
No, it's a table. Right. Sorry, I was trying to find out what the word I used was. A large table. And the walls are covered in etches and carvings and drawings, but more on that later. On top of the table, in the center of it, is another orb. And standing in front of it is a unicorn, which is not something you see every day, unless you're Dandy.
I'm still surprised to see it.
And this unicorn, however, she has a pristine white coat, white hair, but you see very large, angry red lines. You're not sure if those are veins or something else, crossing in jagged patterns across her skin. And she just sort of sits there staring at this orb. And as the group approaches, sure, Sai accidentally kicks a rock, which hits the wall hard and
I
echoes.
actually had flavor for that.
Oh, what's your flavor?
Saya feels confident. She's going to go try and dash in and grab it behind her back. She doesn't notice that it's not behind her back.
I mean,
Gotcha.
there is precedent for it still working as long as their passive isn't higher than that.
So Sai just sort of dashes on in.
She's gonna go dash in toward the orb and try and take it, and her goal is to try and hide behind this.
Gotcha. All right, go ahead and start moving.
That's the sword.
All right, right there. Go back. All right. And are you? Well, you guys took a short rest, so the invisibility wore off.
And
Well,
she never had
Black Lung and
invisibility.
Saihong were the only ones still invisible anyway.
All right, fair. And right when you get there, she looks up. I see you, and attacks you. That's initiative.
Well then.
Swearing and glassy.
Guess what? Corvine, you get a +1.
We get
Because
into
No, I
I'm
actually-
so lucky.
I need to factor in the +1.
So you gotta roll the initiative.
Can we
Where's initiative?
There we go. Oh no. Saihong, what have you done?
Fitting.
Sai says, what?
Where's the option for raising initiative in here?
It's in the advanced settings.
Oh, initiative modifier. It's a
Oh, right there.
middle column top box.
Did I do good?
There we go.
I did all right.
Oh, whoops.
Okay.
I did better than her, apparently.
Yeah, her initiative is a joke. I rolled it. I was like, oh gosh.
She was too focused on the orb.
Okay, so Dandy needs to be added. Amber needs to be added. And Corvine needs to be added. And you get added. Okay.
Don't forget Ebony. Oh, Ebony is there.
Alright. What? Did I change Bagwong's initiative?
No, Baiguang rolled before you put the tracker up.
Okay. Amber got a 19, and Ebony got a
21.
21.
Nice.
All right, let's get this initiative tracker in order real quick.
I mean, there's
All
a button.
It's okay. Okay.
Amber should be higher.
Yes, she should be. All right. So Bagwong Dandy, who's going first?
Bagwong is not picky.
I'll go first.
Dandy usually does best going first. So Bagwong is just expects this. So.
Corbine. As she says that, the red marks on her skin suddenly split open, and you can see the raw muscle underneath pulsing with a very angry red energy. And from her sides erupts two limbs that end with hooks, with bloody hooks at the end. As she lets out a horrible cry, and her neck twists in a way that you think you hear a very loud snap, as it suddenly goes back to normal, and her eyes are now blood red.
Oh, she's dead.
We didn't have to fight her at all.
Corbin, it's your turn.
Sorry, so what happened? Sorry.
That was my fault.
Oh, a bit distracted, eh? So as she said that to Sae, the red marks all along her skin suddenly split open, and you could see underneath her skin as an angry red energy pulsed through them, and two limbs burst from her sides, coming out and ending in bloody hooks. And then she sort of twisted her head and far enough that you think you heard a loud snap, and suddenly her head went back to normal, and her eyes are now blood red.